Pending.
Alright, we're live.
Dun, dun, dun.
What the heck? Okay, I guess I can tweet out a link. It decided
Jesus.
to open Chrome without asking me. Wonderful. Oh, I see. I clicked on the wrong thing. Okay, you watching?
Yes, I'm
Hello.
Hello? Should I say hello in here or in there?
Both?
I don't care. You keeping an eye on the chat.
Do be sure to set ddm radio to online, please.
Ooh, yes, thank you for catching that. I would have forgotten.
Here, I'll grab it since you're in game.
Oh, thank you.
So there's two parts to the...
Your channel was edited.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
There are two what?
This is a puzzle game revolving around programming Waldos.
Where's Waldo? Sorry, I had to.
You know he's only called Waldo in the US?
Yeah, I know.
Oh my god. Have you seen the GIF?
Let me get some water.
The guy is dressed up as a stoplight or a speedometer camera, and then it flashes at a cop car. As it's driving by, he turns around, flashes it again, and the car backs up.
Okay.
Right-click on the highlighted square. Or actually, I think you drag instructions from your toolbox to the highlighted square.
Drag what? The output?
Follow the little guide. It says that the start location needs to start there, and then it needs to be aiming to the left, and then drag the instruction from your toolbox that it says to the location, and you'll see what it
Ah,
does.
okay.
Yes. So essentially what it is the Waldo is a little robot, and the robot will follow the straight line, and it will follow whatever instructions are in that line. So now it says this is an instruction which execute when the Waldo passes over it.
What's a non-arrow? Oh, no, I see what it is. Okay.
So you can have an arrow and an instruction at any space.
Okay, it goes in the circle. Now what? Do I gotta do the same thing for the other one?
Nope. You'll be given more and more complicated puzzles that don't hold your hand.
Wait, so I won?
Yes. So you see, it's grabbing the things from the input and moving to the output. If you look on the left-hand side, it'll show you what it wants for
Oh, there we
inputs.
go.
If you look on the right-hand side, it'll show you what it wants for outputs.
Okay.
And your goal is always to do whatever it takes to get that input from the whatever it is in the input to whatever it is in the output.
Okay.
You'll see how it goes. It'll get much worse in a hurry.
Of course. It's more or less what, the tutorial?
Yes, but the entire game is a tutorial because it keeps getting more complex.
Fair enough. So it tries to have a steady difficulty curve?
And fails, but it makes a good attempt at it for the first few levels.
I'm guessing this is harder than The Witness, huh?
Yes.
Can I get a witness?
Also, there's optimization tricks too. Like, when you do it, it'll rate you.
Is that it? That can't be it. Was I supposed to do the same as the last time?
Yep.
Okay.
See, when it hits the side, it'll stop. It'll get very distressed. You don't need to rotate it this time. You just need to carry it to the output and then release it. And then, carry it to the output, drop it, and release it. You don't even need to rotate.
I think I did it.
Alright, keep going. Look very carefully at the inputs and the outputs of this one.
How do I change it?
What you mean?
On the one side it's gold, and the other side it's platinum.
Give me a moment. I can't even get a high enough quality to read it. Oh, look. Gold comes in on the top and goes out on the bottom. Platinum comes in at the bottom and goes out on the top. You just need to make a bigger course for each of them.
Okay.
So, hey, you want to hear something funny? EA's fair fight system, their anti-cheat system that they use in Battlefield 1, is banning people who aren't cheating because they're too good. People who are actually good at the game have been getting banned because the system thinks they're cheating. Jeez. Uh-huh. Because according to this, it's automatic. They have the average stats of a player, and if you deviate too far from those average stats, it assumes you're cheating and bans you automatically. That's brilliant.
Do you see where the output squares are?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's funny, Mishka.
That's not the way to do auto cheat.
By the way, you never did comment if you wanted to do my thing or not. For doing
Okay, well, I want to grab it.
You have to put the grab directly over top of it. So think of it as a list of things that need to happen. So what needs to happen first is you bring in a B, then you need to grab it, and then you need to move it over to the output, and then you need to drop it, and then you need to send it on its way. Tophead says, did everyone hear about my interview with the Asian Orion alt-left guy? Wait, you mean Ian Miles Chong? You did an interview with Ian Miles Chong?
There we go. What? Oh, I see. It's too fast.
They hit each other.
This is quite a dilemma.
There's two ways you could do this. You could either have the blue route around it, or you could use a sync block, which you're not supposed to know about yet. Because technically, blue doesn't need to go all the way up there, does it? Or
Does well? Let me see. Oh, I guess not. I thought you couldn't have two arrows in the same one. Still did it.
if you make their loops exactly the same size, it won't have the problem, right?
I did that, and now they're colliding.
Oh, because they have to cross over. I see. They haven't taught you about sync blocks yet, though. Hi, Access Fiver. Yeah, you're no longer grabbing it because it's in that one space.
Yeah. Where's the reset button? Okay.
Well, try this. Drag the one arrow down a bit, right?
Oh, wonderful. There's no reset button. There we go.
Coyote says, there is no button, Hillary. Oh, here's a thought. Could you make them both go around in the same direction?
What do you mean?
Like, you have one starting off going to the left, why don't you have the other starting off going to the right, and then they kind of go in lockstep with each other, and they never collide? Because you can right-click on it and adjust its starting direction, right?
Oh, there we go.
I can't believe that Yiffer was banned from Twitter. We need to demand justice for Yiffer, clearly. Yiffer Knight?
Uh-huh.
No one even knows what he's banned for. Yes,
So,
I watched
Kiki.
the press conference, Squid.
Kiki, you know Yipper Knight's in Mischief's Discord, right?
Really?
Yep.
There we go. Alright. Oh, I'm retarded. There we go. So is there a way of doing that without syncs?
I don't know. But you know what a sync block does now, right?
Uh-huh.
If one hits a sync block, the other it will not continue until the other hits a sync block. This is when you actually learn about synchronization, so I assume there is a way. So Last Signal says, I'm in so much pain, I wish I could drink to know the pain, but I can't get a hangover because of work. So I'm waiting for another bowl of salad. Top Hat says, rippin' pepperoni, Yiffer. I'm gonna go look at the Discord and see if I can find the Yiffer. Because it is an incredible injustice that Yiffer has been banned. Top Hat says, "You forgot banned because you didn't love him enough." Aww, now I feel bad. Chemistry magic.
Huh.
But you see how tricky this is? You're bonding it while it's live, and that keeps you from having to drop with the red one at all. That's what they had you do. Because normally you'd have to drop it in the bonder, bond it, have something pick it up, and then go. But it's actually timed up just perfectly so that you don't have to do that.
So, You for Night got suspended from Twitter, huh? Ouch.
Yeah, he did.
Sad. He certainly had a good sense of humor. Are you starting to see how evil this little puzzle can be? By the way, if you look at where the inputs are, it actually shows you what square in the grid the input will pop in on in the input card.
Where?
Look at the card on the left.
Oh,
See how it shows a
okay.
grid? Yeah. That shows you exactly where the thing's going to end up. Now you're using the bottom output, so what you could have is you could have the top Waldo drop it and the bottom one rotate it one and then output it. Because they're not going to be able to separate while the atoms bonded.
Okay, there we go. Is it going to want me to rotate it so it looks exactly like in the thing? Or is it not?
No, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I think you can build the same molecule and even have it structured differently. Like if it pictures it in a straight line, you can have it not be in a straight line as long as it's the chemical equivalent.
Hey, there we go.
You did it without any sync blocks too. They just stay in sync. That'll actually be a really efficient solution, I bet. Let's see. You weren't as fast cycle-wise, but used a very low number of parts.
Huh.
This one's more challenging than it first appears, right? Wait, how are you insta dropping arrows like that?
Keys on the keyboard.
Really?
You didn't know about that?
I didn't remember about that.
No. Let's see if this works the way they hope. Okay, that works.
Okay, so you were just debugging to see if you can get it timed up right. Wait, why did he stop? Because you
I
didn't grab it.
I did the wrong one. I'm retarded.
Oh, nice.
Hey, there we go. So would you be able to pass the puzzle only using half the molecules and just deleting the other half? Or would that, I mean, I know you'd get a penalty or something. Would that be possible?
So it grades you on 3 things, right? Elapsed cycles, that's how long it takes for your solution to work. The number of reactors used, which you don't even care about right now because every puzzle so far is a single reactor. And the number of symbols used, that's the number of different instructions that you give each one of the Waldos. And it shows your solution versus everyone else's solution in a histogram.
So, oh wait, so it's possible to do it with only like 5?
Yes.
Huh. And I
If
use
you're
more than one.
Bonkers.
I use more than most people do. It says 20 is the average.
Yes, this is why it actually saves it and there's no reset, is because it invites optimization.
Oh.
If you're that type of person. And this is common across all of Zachtronics games, is once you beat a puzzle, it will show you a histogram of how you compare to the world.
How to do this one?
By the way, I don't know if I mentioned this, but he basically did this, but in 3D with a game called Infinifactory, which again has inputs and outputs and conveyor belts and things like that, and things to assemble parts and shear parts and all sorts of crazy stuff. It's basically this game, but worse in 3D.
How do I make 2 of them appear?
Make 2 of what appear?
The oxygen.
Oh, that's simple. As many times as you hit the input, one will appear. But you gotta move it out of the way first before you hit it again, otherwise you get a collision.
How do I move it? I gotta carry
Input, grab, and then input again. Yeah.
But it'll appear in the same spot, so I'll have to go back there.
Yeah, you have to input, grab, move it, and then either have the other Waldo come in and grab the other one, or have it go back and move it again.
Well, this is gonna be complicated.
Yep. Then it needs to bond twice.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, wait, I know. Let's see. Hey, that worked.
But then the problem becomes, how'd you bond them twice, then grab it, and then drop it?
Well,
by the way,
the roundabout solution, but I'm sure there's one that isn't as complicated.
By the way, tab switches between red parts and blue parts.
I know.
Didn't know if you knew or not.
Wait, hold on, go back out. Hold on, do that. Did that do it twice anyway, though?
Yes, that did do it twice.
The first one did it twice anyway, so I don't even need to do the overly complex crap.
Yeah. Because each one of those instructions will do it once. So now you just need to have one drop it and the other take it to the output, and then reset. And
Oh wait, let me...
has your mind been bent yet?
Should I add another sync at the end?
No, I think they'll still sync up properly. You can do like this, right? Because they'll each grab their thing when they're ready. You need to have it drop and output. But that looks like a solution to me. You're not having it drop and output.
Oh.
So you probably don't need an extra sync. But you do need to have it drop and output. So you have a choice here. You can either move the sinks, or you can move it so that the input and grab are closer together.
Well, no, I do need both of the sinks. I'm sure there's another way to do it. It doesn't require both of the sinks.
Isn't it beautiful in motion, though?
Well, hey, at least I know most people did use that many symbols.
Yep. Top Hat Coyote asks, so how about that fake news? You know what we need to do? Do you remember when they trolled BuzzFeed about the color cabal?
Yeah.
We need to combine the two and convince BuzzFeed that Trump is a member of the color cabal.
Oh, wait, I see how you could do it. Just move the starting position back. Then you wouldn't need to do the second sync.
Yes. And actually, a lot of the puzzles can be done with no sinks if you just make the path long enough. But that's really not.
At some point, then you're gonna get to where you're using less of them if you just use the sync. Forgot the grabs. There we go. How good is the video quality?
It's
It's
good
actually
enough.
not that bad.
It's good enough to see what's going on. The only problem is you can't actually read the nodes, but you can basically tell what they're doing, so it doesn't matter. By the way, this entire game teaches you about parallel programming. The equivalent of a sync block in parallel programming is a semaphore. Top Hat Cody says, "Do you know what you should be playing? Lady Killer in a shitty game."
No.
Oh hey, Neil showed up.
Yeah, how do you pronounce his name? Nilk?
Yeah, his username is Neilk1.
Nilk1. Yeah, I haven't seen you in a while, Nilk1. And he says, "Love this game." And yeah, good example for basic concurrent logic. It shows one other thing off too, because it has a whatchamacallit. When you get to the point where you're actually chaining factories together, you have like starvation issues and things like that.
How's it going, Neilk?
I'm gonna have to optimize this better. It's taking way too long.
We'll let it run and see what it does, see what it says versus the other ones.
So, Rain, why don't you wanna, play Lady Killer? Isn't that the most amazing game though? I mean, like all journalists have talked about it.
I don't really like
It's
reading.
pushing the
I don't like reading text aloud.
It's pushing, the gender norm boundaries by making all the
Especially
characters.
not when the dialogue and the writing is utter crap. And yeah, he's way too. Whoa, wow, way too.
By making all the characters, including the female lesbians,
Try that again.
look like guys. all the characters look like guys, you know? Even the lesbians look like guys.
That's called
Isn't that amazing?
Rapping with the Heart.
It's fighting the gender norms of the patriarch.
Hey, QQ.
Neil says, resource contention. Yeah, each reactor acts like a concurrent queue buffer for input on those, or rather the pipes do. And then
And
Top Hat
Coyote says,
asks, but will any of
but
this
will any of this teach me a job at Nasha? I don't know, Coyote, I don't know.
Why does it say best?
That's your record.
But I did worse. Shouldn't the best one be the one with the least amount of cycles?
No, you did better.
Wait, so the goal is to
Your
get
current
as many
time-
cycles as possible?
No, it's few. This is saying this is your new record. Your previous best was 318.
Oh, okay.
So you did
I can
improve.
optimize it better.
Top Hat Coyote says, we need a game that teaches us why we need alt furry.
There's probably a way of getting rid of the sinks, but... What about this?
Optimized for speed and parts.
Nope, that don't work.
Neil, have you seen their latest one? Zachtronics' latest game, Shenzhen IO? Because that one you optimize for speed.
Have you
Cost.
seen how many games Neil owns on Steam, QQ?
No, I don't have Neil on Steam.
You should add him as a friend then check out his profile. His username's the same as on here, so. Your jaw might drop if you see just how many games he owns.
This will probably have to be our last puzzle, folks.
Alright.
How to do this?
Now, Coyote, keep your life.
Actually, I don't know. I mean, Shenzhen is so close to TIS 100 that,
Oh, that's interesting. Oh, wait a minute! No! Wait a minute, hold on.
yeah, a lot of people forget that, and that's almost more important. Neil says there's speed efficiency, space efficiency, and complexity / maintenance efficiency. Most people forget that last one. And yes, it's actually so important because hardware is much cheaper than brain power. It's to the point where you'll have hygiene sessions where you end up with more lines of code, but it makes it so much easier to maintain. It's actually worth it. And because modern compilers are so good, it actually doesn't really matter. It'll end up in the same way anyway. Top Hat Coyote says, I need a game that teaches me to program Twine. You don't need a game for that. You need life experiences. For instance, you need to cheat on your boyfriend 5 times.
Neilk says, you don't want to see the API I had to make for the work that had to be as fast as possible. So many cache layers and shit. Oh, and warning, my game list on Steam on my profile can just crash Steam's web helper. By the way, QQ, he's not kidding about that.
I cannot use Steam right now. Like, I don't have the brain ability.
Oh dear.
I keep searching, like, the wrong search box for
what?
For Neil Kwan.
That's funny.
Yeah, actually, Top Hat, I can tell you why kids love the taste of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It's because it's loaded with sugar, and your body tells you that you should eat a lot of sugar, even though you really shouldn't eat a lot of sugar. And the reason it tells you should eat a lot of sugar is because back before we had modern conveniences like extracting sugar from sugarcane, we would want to stock up on all that energy during the very small window of the year where we could get all that sugar, which was right after all the fruit had ripened. So, yes, you would want to eat as much sugar as possible back when it was limited availability. Now that we can just grow corn and take the sugar out of the corn and have the government subsidize and put that sugar in everything, we have an overabundance of sugar, so our bodies lie to us and tell us that we need way more than we actually do.
Hang on, QQ, I'll just send you a link to his
I know,
profile over Steam.
There we go, that should fix it. Hey,
There you
works.
go, QQ. If you check Steam, you should be able to find his profile and add him as a friend.
Oops! I accidentally added a complete stranger as a friend then. Hope he doesn't accept. That'd be awkward.
Are they
Let me
getting rid of
see.
symbols? Okay, shall I turn it off now?
Wait. Let me see the puzzle first. Because I was trying to look up Nilk. Let's give it a run for me. Oh, you're almost at, yeah.
I didn't optimize the cycles at all, but I did optimize the parts used.
Oh. You got it down to a single sync, it looks like.
Uh-huh.
I see, okay.
Neilk says, about sugar being in everything, I think sugar is even in McDonald's fries.
Top Hat Coyote says,
There you go.
I guess I need to get a boyfriend first before
Yeah,
I
sugar's
cut
in
them 5
everything. In
times.
fact, they even put sugar in the salad.
But yeah, how was that?
That's right.
Nicely
Sugar
done.
in your salad.
So I keep
You-
going?
Think about that.
You're learning the allure of optimization. No, I'm gonna have to call it a night here.
Ah, okay. Well, good night, everyone then.
Take care. Thanks for joining us.